Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm bringing you a two-part little series that I'm going to be doing featuring 12 body mist dupes. We all love to smell good on a budget, and this is the video for you. If you also want to smell amazing without breaking the bank, some of these body mists that you can get for literally $5 on a sale day are comparable to $150 plus perfumes. Now still, I would say take this video with a grain of salt because a lot of these honestly are like 90% to 100% similar, but then others will kind of give you a similar vibe. So you can even take this video as sort of a layering video if you do have the body mist and the perfumes. If you put them together, you're sure they're gonna smell really good because they are so similar in scent profiles. But I think I actually did a pretty good job at pinpointing like the exact perfumes some of these smell like, and I made sure to focus on the newer launches at Bath & Body Works so that they are a little bit easier to find. You could probably still find a lot of these still in stores. And I also have a lot of body mist here from Victoria's Secret as well as Pink, so it's gonna be a little bit of everything. And in this video, not only have I found dupes out of the newer mist releases that are coming out, but as far as the perfumes that I'm duping, they are also a lot of new releases that have been coming out right now. And I know these videos are kind of done a lot, but I feel like I actually have a lot of dupes in this video that nobody really has talked about. So I think this video is gonna give you some brand new ideas for some incredible dupes that are out there that are way cheaper than the high-end version. So this is gonna be part one. Like I said, I have 12 body mist dupes, and if I were to include them all in one video, this video would be like over an hour long. So I'm gonna break this up into two parts. In this part, we're gonna do 6 body mist dupes, and then we're gonna do the other 6 in the next video that I do. And also, do you guys see any difference in my hair? My hair is red. I feel like with this lighting, you kind of can't see because I have the light back here, and so it's kind of making it look a lot darker than it is. But I dyed my hair like a burgundy red. I feel like maybe you can see it when it hits the light. I just needed a change, and this was definitely the change I wanted. I really love it, and I'm super impulsive when it comes to my hair. So honestly, I may come on here in the next video and have my hair black again. But for now, I'm really enjoying the red. And with all that being said, before we get into it, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Okay, let's start with dupe number 1. So I recently got my nose on the brand new Flower Bomb flanker, which is Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, and it's like this orangey one, and it's supposed to be kind of like a tropical take on the OG Flower Bomb. I feel like, I'm not gonna lie, it was nice, I smelled it, but I was not about to buy it because I think I have like 5 perfumes in my perfume collection right now with very similar scent profiles. So it wasn't anything new to add to my collection for me to justify buying it, and it's also like $150 plus. And then to top it all off, as I was going in to prepare for this video and I was smelling all my body mists, I came across a body mist that dupes it almost exactly. Even the notes are super similar, and that is Tropidelic body mist from Bath & Body Works. Even when I first bought this, before I even duped it to Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, I knew this was reminding me of something, and at that point I had smelled Tiger Lily in stores. I just wasn't kind of putting the two together. And now smelling this, I'm like, this is totally that perfume. But it's also very similar to another very high-end perfume that I recently received that I really love, and that is the Ylang Gold by M. Micallef. This is another very pricey niche perfume, and both this and Flower Bomb Tiger Lily are these very like creamy, coconutty, white floral kind of fragrances, and that's exactly what Tropidelic is. So this one has Irresistible Passion Flower, Ylang Ylang, and Misty Rainforest. Ylang Gold, it's literally called Ylang Gold, that also has Ylang Ylang, and it's also done in a creamy coconutty type of way. Even though this doesn't have a creamy coconut type of note, that Irresistible Passion Flower, not that it gives coconut, but it gives sort of depth to the fragrance, almost a creamy vibe, but something that very much kind of mimics a very tropical feel to this scent. And then with Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, they have mango, you also have coconut milk, and you also have Tiger Lily, jasmine, and freesia, so it's a lot of white florals as well. So even the note breakdown for all 3 of these scents are very similar, and I would say this is kind of somewhere right in the middle between Ylang Gold and Flower Bomb Tiger Lily, although I will say I think it leans a little bit more on Tiger Lily because Ylang Gold is a little bit creamier than these two, whereas Tiger Lily and this one are these very tropical floral, warm floral kind of scents. And they do also make a perfume of this scent also, so you can even get that if you want something even more intense than the body mist. This next dupe, I low-key kind of like the body mist even more than the perfume. The perfume that I have here, I actually only have a little sample, but I'm also gonna dupe it to another perfume that has this sort of similar-ish scent profile that I actually don't like. And the reason why I'm mentioning this dupe is because this is a 10 times better version kind of dupe, and it's also a million times less pricey than the OG. So I'm duping two scents here, and those are Devotion by Dolce & Gabbana and also Casa Marati Lira. Now I have a little sample of Lira right here that was actually gifted to me from Amy Glam. So shout out to Amy for letting me try out Lira. Basically how this perfume kind of came to be is we were talking over on Instagram about Devotion, and I did not like Devotion. For me, it was kind of just a mess. I'm really not someone that likes Gourmand and citruses kind of mixed together. I just don't really think that works for me personally. And in the way that Devotion was done, it felt like you were baking a cupcake with cleaning products. But Amy suggested that I try out Lira because it was a very kind of similar scent profile but done in a better way. And after trying Lira, I definitely agree. This is a million times better than Devotion. It's a lot more gourmandy and sweet with a little touch of citrus rather than the citrus kind of overpowering the gourmands and then it just is a whole mess like Devotion was for me. But anyways, all that to say, this is basically like an iced lemon pound cake. And maybe you know where I'm going with that because the better dupe that I have for both of these perfumes is iced lemon pound cake. This is so delicious, and just like Lira, this is a lot of gourmand cakiness happening with a little bit of citrus. So it's not overpowering. And although like I'm saying, I don't like citrus and gourmand mixed together, this is done really well because it's a lot more gourmand than it is citrus. This has notes of sugary glazed icing, pure lemon zest, and fluffy pound cake. This is delicious. It's buttery, it's creamy, it's cakey and like doughy with a little hint of lemoniness, but even that lemon sort of feel is done in a gourmand way, so it doesn't feel like it's cleaning products and gourmand mixed together. So if you want sort of a better version of Devotion and something that's also very, very similar to Lira by Casa Marati, which is a niche high-end fragrance, then check out Iced Lemon Pound Cake from Bath & Body Works. Next perfume that I duped here was another very easy fragrance to dupe, and that is the brand new Miami Nectar by Ellis Brooklyn. A lot of you kind of let me know that this was a new release, of course, because, I mean, the name. It's called Miami Nectar. And I actually did a full dedicated review to this one, which is going to be coming out very, very soon. But part of that video is sponsored, so I'm still waiting for the brand on approval before I release that. But yes, if you want more of an in-depth video on this, that video is coming up. But long story short, I'm loving this perfume. But I even mentioned in that video, this is not something that I think you need. I just need it. This is literally Miami Nectar. It's so delicious and coconutty and tropical and Miami. Literally Miami during the summer. This has coconut water, it has pineapple, palm leaf, vanilla, driftwood. It's so delicious, but it is also very similar to a lot of body mist. So I actually have 3 here to show, and even another one that I actually don't have in my collection right now, but that I have smelled, and that is another body mist that's very similar to this. So pretty much with any one of these body mists I'm about to mention, you can get a very similar scent to Miami Nectar, but I will say Miami Nectar does feel like more of a high-end version, and it does pack a little bit more of a punch than a lot of these body mists. Funny enough, the first dupe I have here is also a Miami themed body mist. So this one's called Meet Me in Miami. This is super, super similar. So it's kind of funny that they have both a Miami theme because they actually smell super similar to one another. This one has breezy palm trees and Miami Nectar has palm leaf. So very similar there. We have Cabana Coladas and Suntan Days. I know that's not really notes, like that doesn't make sense, but it's just a very tropical vacation kind of feel, and it does have this coconutty, almost juicy pineapple. I mean, it's colada, so it's kind of like a sugary fruity cocktail, and that's kind of what Miami Nectar is. So these two are super, super similar, and I actually love that they're both Miami themed because I think for layering, this is such a cute layering combo. Another one that's very similar is Coconut Coast from the pink line at Victoria's Secret. This one says coconut water, beach blooms, and warm sand. This one also kind of gives a similar vibe where it's tropical, but also like woody and sexy. The only thing that this is missing is sort of more of a sweetness coming out of something like pineapple. This doesn't really have that. It's more coconut focused, but still a very, very similar vibe to Miami Nectar. And then the last one I have is Summertime Surf. This one has notes of vanilla breeze, sea salt sands, and sunny coconut. Again, this feels very similar to Miami Nectar. And then the last one that I would say this is actually kind of the closest out of all these is Pink Pineapple Sunrise by Bath & Body Works. So this is gonna bring pretty much all the factors that are also in Miami Nectar, but also that sweetness coming from that pineapple. So if you have that body mist in your collection, you have a very, very similar dupe to this one. And I have smelled that one, just never really picked it up because it was just like a sweet, fruity, tropical scent. And as you can tell, I have a lot of these scents. So yeah, you can basically get a very similar feel to Miami Nectar with any one of these mists I just mentioned, or you could pair them up and give yourself like the ultimate Miami beach bronze goddess sort of scent. Yeah, this is it. The next dupe I have here is featuring Boardwalk Taffy by Skylar, which has been a new super favorite of mine because this is exactly how I want all my cotton candy notes to be done. Cotton candy can come off very burnt and super synthetic and kind of sickly sweet, and this is none of that. This is cotton candy done in a creamy way because this has like this coconut lactonic feel that makes that cotton candy not literally cotton candy, but it makes it more like cotton candy ice cream. So in here there's raspberry, there's apple, there's coconut milk, cotton candy, vanilla, and solar notes, and those are just some of the key notes. There's also other notes, but that's definitely what you can smell the most out of this. This is delicious. It's literally like a cotton candy raspberry flavored ice cream. Like it's creamy and lactonic like ice cream would be, but then sugary and fluffy and delicious like cotton candy and raspberry would be. And the two dupes I have are so spot on, it's actually crazy. Like you literally don't even need the perfume if you have either one of these. And I'm very in between both, but I'm not gonna lie, I think this one kind of almost comes even closer to Boardwalk Delight than even Boardwalk Taffy is. So let's just start with this to get it out the way. Boardwalk Taffy is from Bath & Body Works, and this is spun sugar, pink berries, and whipped vanilla. So the notes are still very similar because on top of that spun sugar, which is literally cotton candy, we also have that pink berry feel, same as the raspberry that's in Boardwalk Delight, and then the whipped vanilla brings in that creamy lactonic sweet feel, the same way the coconut milk note is kind of doing to this one. So this one super similar for the same kind of vibe, but also Nectar Wave from Victoria's Secret is another scent that's very similar, even more so I would say than Boardwalk Taffy, because this is kind of all around really sweet and there's not really any freshness whatsoever happening in this one. And that's not to say that Boardwalk Delight is fresh, but there is this fresh ish element happening in this, and if you smelled it, you know what I'm talking about, because this is not sickly sweet and just too much. There's something sort of airy and lighthearted about this scent, and Nectar Wave also has that. This has fresh agave, pink berries, and that's it. I don't know about the rest of the notes because Victoria's Secret just likes to hide all the notes, but this is like a fresh pink berry, again, raspberry sort of scent, but it also has this very sugary cotton candy sort of feel. There's just a little bit more freshness happening into this. So I feel like honestly, if you had both of these and you mix them together, you get something very similar to Boardwalk Taffy. And even more so if you have just a straight up coconut scent, add that into the mix, and then you get all the elements that are in Boardwalk Taffy, starting with the raspberry, the cotton candy, and then that coconut milky lactonic element. That's exactly how you can create Boardwalk Taffy. But honestly, either one of these will do the job just fine. You don't need a million body mists, because then obviously things start to add up, but even with 2 mists, it's still a fraction of the cost of this. The next body mist dupe is not necessarily duping a super high-end perfume, but it is more of a discontinued perfume, so it may be a little harder to get your hands onto. And I do think it's a really unique and really great scent, so I decided to include this dupe here anyway. The perfume I'm duping here is the Calvin Klein CK Into You. And I love the packaging. I know it's so strange, but it always has reminded me of a little milk jug that you see in cartoons, so something about that is just very fun. This to me is like a creamy citrus scent that's still very zesty and fresh, but it has this depth, this creaminess. It doesn't make this a complete just fresh citrus kind of scent. Honestly, it's a really unique scent, which is why I wanted to include it in this video. And I think it's super underrated. And funny enough, this perfume itself is actually a dupe for a more high-end perfume, which is Fragrance Du Bois Santal Complete. So I guess you can kind of almost see this body mist dupe as maybe a dupe to Santal Complete. This has pink grapefruit, Sicilian bergamot, red currant leaf, cactus, orchid, but then there's also amber and vanilla, which really round this out. It's actually a very unique take on a typical citrus perfume. And the perfect dupe that I have for this perfume is Calypso Clementine by Bath & Body Works. Now this body mist is actually up on my Mercari, so for anyone interested in the scent, you can find it on there. I didn't feel the need to have this and that perfume, and having such a huge bottle of it. This perfume is literally 5 fluid ounces. I think this is the biggest bottle of perfume I have in my entire collection, so I just didn't feel the need to have like a body mist on top of it. But Calypso Clementine is literally like 100% the same. The notes in here are juicy clementine, neroli nectar, and coastal woods. Not necessarily very super similar notes, but the exact same vibe. So similar. Again, it's a creamy citrus. That's not your typical citrus kind of fresh perfume. It's super unique, and I highly recommend Calypso Clementine. And the last dupe that I have for this video before we get into part 2 is actually for this perfume, which is another perfume you can actually get for like 30 bucks, so very inexpensive perfume. But why not get an even more inexpensive version of it? This is Pepe Jeans London, and I recently purchased this perfume off of Amazon, and I highly recommend this because not only is it super affordable, but it smells amazing. If you're into kind of a similar scent profile to Cheirosa 62 by Sol de Janeiro, which I know is talked about a lot, but I personally love this scent. This is literally it. This has a marshmallow note, it has almond, it has vanilla, it has almond milk, it's super creamy, it's sexy, it has this very vacation feel to it, and it almost honestly gives me a slight little cherry vibe. And for that reason, I'm comparing it to Sunset Glow. I don't know why I didn't bring that up here, but it is in my collection. I just don't have it right in front of me right now because I completely forgot to bring that out because I brought this one, which is another dupe for it. So Sunset Glow I'm mentioning because it is the same similar scent profile to this, as well as scents like Cheirosa 62, but it also has that cherry element, which makes it even more sexy. So I've actually been loving pairing Sunset Glow with Pepe Jeans London for just literally the sexiest combo ever. But then Sunset Gelato, which is also a very similar name, is also very similar. This one has pistachio gelato, caramel drizzle, and sea salt. It's exactly what it sounds. It's pistachio, it's nutty, but it has that tropical, woody, sweet, caramelly, delicious feel that this scent also brings. And I guess you could also compare both of these scents to Soul, which is the perfume version of Cheirosa 62. So this is kind of a 2-in-1 dupe. So those are all of the body mist dupes that I have for this video for part 1. Stay tuned for part 2 because that will be coming out very soon, and I have even more incredible body mist dupes that you don't really hear much about. Let me know of any body mist dupes that you've discovered in the comments down below, and I can make sure to include them in a future video like these ones because I'm sure we can all appreciate a nice dupe. That is it for me today. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!